afternoon. Welcome to the Poodle Project. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. I'm reading notes. I do have issues with keeping on track and losing things. So, as I said, I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas and is having a really good New Year so far. I know we're only 12 days into it, but I do hope you're having a wonderful time. As for me, well, Christmas was great. I did throw my back out about, I'd say, let's see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, about 4 days before Christmas, I threw my back out. I was putting my Chihuahua, Mac, into his kennel while I was going to head to the store, and, well, yeah, that didn't go well. Needless to say, I didn't go to the store. I did, however, end up in the emergency room later on that evening. So, that's what happened then. I had a doctor's appointment on New Year's Eve, or Christmas Eve, sorry. I had one on New Year's Eve too. I'll get to that. I'm babbling, I'm sorry. But I went to see my regular doctor and it was just a strain. So we fiddled with that. And then the Saturday before New Year's, I threw my back out again. I didn't go to the emergency room this time. I thought nothing of it. But I did have difficulty getting out of bed on Sunday morning. I had to use my walker. I had to look at it to see what it was. I draw a blank on certain words, so I do apologize for that. Like I said, I keep notes down here, so you'll see me glancing down and probably looking off so I can see if I can, look at whatever it is I'm thinking about to get the word in my head because sometimes it says right there, and then it goes, nope, I'm gone. So, I called the on-call nurse, somehow I got a hold of the on-call nurse, and basically the best they could hope for was to get me in on New Year's Eve. So, that's where I ended up. Still, again, just a strained back. They gave me a little more than muscle relaxers this time around. So I got through it, which was wonderful. Now that I'm feeling better, I've had a bit of a manic spree. I managed to rearrange my bedroom into what it is now. So now I've got my little recording studio. This is a tapestry back here. I got my items off to the side here. Got a nice little desk. I do need to get rid of a desk. Then I need to get in and finish off the living room. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. So, again, I do apologize for the babbling. I just wanted to kind of get that off my chest. So, what is the Poodle Project? The Poodle Project, let me lift you guys up a little bit more here. Make my funny faces. Oh, shush. That would be the Chihuahua. So, the Poodle Project is just me chronicling my journeys from researching the poodle breeders to saving up the money to actually bringing home my little fluff ball. And this time around, I plan on going with a female. Most of the dogs I've had up until now have been male. This is going to be my first female, and her name is going to be Fiona. Kind of like that name. I'm hoping for a red coat. A red Chihuahua. A red poodle. Doing good here. I'm looking for a red poodle. I'll be happy with a phantom as well, which will remind me of my last dog. But a little more after that. So the reason I went with a poodle, specifically a miniature poodle, is the grooming and the exercise level. Now, while poodles do have an active lifestyle, you still need to get them out. At 15 pounds, they usually don't need a 20-minute walk around, whereas the Rottweiler Oliver needed a little more than that. So I'm going smaller so I can exercise the dog in the house better on days when I can't get out because I've got a hip that's starting to that needs a replacement, and I've got an arthritic foot, the whole foot at this point. Cortisone shots are the only things that really help with the pain, and I'm going in and getting those every 3 to 4 months. So my doctors wrote me a prescription for a wheelchair. That's how bad it is. So it's hard for me to get out. So, and it was also hard for me to get Oliver out. And it wasn't nice. It wasn't easy to. It wasn't fair to him to keep him. Oh sure, while I'm in the middle of something. So it wasn't fair to him to keep him locked up into a small, efficiency-sized one-bedroom apartment on a day-to-day basis simply because I couldn't get out because of my body. So he went to a new home. He loves his new home. He's with a good friend of mine. I'll probably see him this summer sometimes if she gets up here. Because her and her mom like to come up and look for rocks along the lakes outside the Lake Superior. So that's why I went smaller. I also decided the miniature would work because of the grooming. Poodle's hair grows constantly, and you have to make sure that you get all the mats out. So it's a fairly time-consuming brush, especially if you want them with a longer, fluffier coat. I don't really want that. I'll probably have her clipped tight, at least in the summer. In the winter, I'll probably have her a little bit longer, and so I need to be able to do the maintenance well in between salon appointments, and also if I just don't happen to have the money to take her in to have the procedure done. So I've got another reason why I went smaller. So there's also another reason why I went with a miniature poodle, is because I am hoping to train this one to be my service dog. Oliver was prior to him rehoming, and I've had 2 others since then. The 2 I had, Ash and Yukon. Ash washed out immediately, and Yukon worked for about a year and a half after I fully trained him. He just decided he wasn't going to do this. I went to put his vest on him, and he went into his kennel saying, "Nope, Mom, don't want to go." So I gave him a week off, and I tried it again. Same thing. I'm like, okay, you're done. Found him a new home. So this isn't for every dog. I've got Mac, but again, not for every dog. He's purebred does not mean well-bred, and even though he is a purebred Chihuahua, he's not a very well-bred one. His anxiety adds to my anxiety, so that's not going to work. So I will be sharing maybe a few training videos here on this channel, but most of what this channel is going to be me showing cute pictures of her growing up and the process that I go through. So as of right now, I am currently looking at breeders. I've joined a few groups. One of them, actually, the breeders themselves have to prove to the administrators that they've done the health testing and the health screening and everything else for their dogs before they can post puppies for sale, which I firmly believe in, especially when people are out to make big bucks with these dogs and with these designer dogs or these hybrid dogs. They're mutts regardless. So I've got 2 that are close to me, and I've got 1 that I'm looking at that's in Washington State. So I've got to write down what it is I want to ask, because again, I'm not going to be able to get her now. I don't have the money for her right now. I have to save up. So I have to wait until at least fall. So I don't have to go writing into them as opposed to, hey, you got, and all that kind of stuff. It's just, what are your general price ranges? I need to know how much to save up. What are your policies? What do you think about spaying and neutering? You know, those kinds of things. Because to me personally, I'm not against spaying or neutering, but I am against early spay or neuter. I mean, I don't think the reproductive organs need to be ripped out at 3 months old. I don't. I usually like to wait until they're at least a year and a half, 2 years, is my personal. I mean, I don't want a female running around going into heat, but most of the dogs in my apartment complex are fixed, and it's not that big of an inconvenience for just to have it for a couple times before she goes in, simply because like I said, it's just my own personal opinion. Mac himself was neutered at 4. He was neutered at 4, and I also had his dew claws removed because he kept getting him caught in his D-ring in his collar, and he kept getting him caught while he was running on the carpet playing with other dogs. So they were getting in his way, so they had to go. Otherwise, I usually don't. So, let's see, where was I? So again, most of what you're going to get on this channel is me showing videos of her being cute, of her and my Chihuahua playing, of her walking around and exploring outside, and whatnot. On my other channel, which is Passport Service Dogs, that's where you'll see her actual training out in public, and her public access training, and you know, all that kind of stuff. If you go over there now, I have some content up with Oliver out in public, showing how I worked him and whatnot. So if you want to head on over there, like I said, it's Passport Service Dog. So that's all I have for now. I didn't mean to go on quite this long. So if you like what you see, hit the subscription button down below, hit the little bell icon, and it will let you know when I upload more videos. If you like what you see, you can follow us on Facebook at the Poodle Project, and on Instagram at _Poodle_Project. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you later. Have a good one.